What up? This episode is from the Serrano Goodlife vault, and kind of wanted to dive into a period in our life that we were together but separate because I was living with and working with Chris Brown. It was September 2010. I got a phone call from Atlantic Records, a longtime client of mine, and they said Chris Brown's looking for a live-in videographer who can document the album process of Fame, the 2-time Grammy Award-winning album Fame.
Good album.
They recommended me for the job, and I was like, thanks, but no thanks, because at the time we had a 6-month-old Mikael, a 6-year-old JoJo, and a 3-year-old Esteban, and I didn't think that it was a good time. So I kind of declined, hung up the phone. Kat was eavesdropping on my conversation.
I don't do that, by the way.
And but she was that time. And what was your reaction?
When I heard the opportunity, I felt like it just was something that you had to do. You were freelancing at the time. I knew how passionate you were about where you wanted to go, what you wanted to do. And I just wanted you to experience your career at its fullest, you know? Like, I wanted you to take whatever opportunity you could. And I didn't want you not to experience anything because of us. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You mattered more.
Man, I'm about to cry. This is ridiculous.
You did.
I wound up taking the gig. And the biggest lesson for me was that I had to learn to trust God. Like, a lot of times I felt like, you know, I can take care of it. I got this, you know, whatever. But when I'm on the other side of the country and something going wrong with her or the boys, then what am I going to do? I'm not within arm's reach. I can't just, you know, be, you know, at your beck and call. So I had to have faith in God, which was super a lesson that I learned. What was life like for you at that time?
I knew that when I told you to go, I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew that I was going to have to basically hold down the fort at home. So it wasn't really hard because I have great family and friends. Right. Everyone was super supportive, and I've always been strong in faith, and I really feel like that's always helped me even now, like, you know, perspective wise and everything like that. Like, I feel like life is what we make it. Right. So at the time I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was getting myself into, and I wanted to make sure that I owned it. Right. Do you know what I mean? I owned that season in our life.
Right. I mean, and at that time, like, I remember the first episode of the web series that would eventually become Breezy Art, immediately the light bulb went off, that he realized that this was an outlet that he could use and immediately deliver content to his audience. He wanted me at his hip all the time. We were always working together. Fun. It was creative. We were having a good time. But that meant the times that I would be Skyping with her or Skyping with the boys, Chris was there. You know, he would say, what's up? He would talk to the boys. You know, it was a great, you know, relationship. But the thing that I remembered most was that you never made me feel like you needed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a good way. Like, okay, had I felt like you needed me home, I would have dreaded not being there for you. Mm-hmm. Like, you held it down so much that it didn't feel like, you know, I was needed to be home so I could actually focus on the work at hand. But we would talk a lot. Yeah. We talked a lot. So much so that I remember one time ending a conversation with you jumping into the car with the crew, and Chris turns around and goes, yo, 11. I'm like, what are you talking about, 11? He's like, 11 times you talked to your wife today. And I'm like, why are you counting how many times I was talking to my wife? But that, you know, that would be a regular day. That wasn't like a world record. We would talk all the time because this is my best friend. And I wanted her to know and experience, you know, all the things that I was experiencing. But I also wanted to know what was going on with the boys and how, you know, she was doing. And never an inkling of like struggle or hard time or discouragement came from her whatsoever.
Sure, we had to have moments. I can't imagine.
I'm sure you did, but you kept them under wraps.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's kind of the backstory of what was going on with us. We wanted to share some footage with you guys. This is the first time that the boys got to hang out with Chris. He came to New York. Him and Ron English did a toy together, and they had an event at Toy Tokyo, and the boys got to come through, kick it with Chris Brown. So here's the footage.
Like a little gram. Wow. That's what's up. Nice.
Swag out.
2.
More candy.
All right, chill out. There's one over there on the table.
I'll be fine next month. Hershey.
look like that. Look at Minnie. Come over here and do it. Show Minnie how to break.
Don't sign the toy though, because they're going to mess it all up. Alright. Put and JoJo.
And JoJo, I got you. I thought he had one too. The one, that's it. I think I made like one too.
Oh, dope, dope.
Like one of these. You want one of these?